It's time to put your costume on and listen to the Longcast.
Welcome to the LongCon podcast, where we discuss conventions, cosplay, and other facets of geek culture.
Kevin is a geek.
I am a geek. My name is Kevin.
My name is Nick. I'm in the back.
Anybody else? This is Jessica. Hi.
We're going in order.
This is Dale. I'm Dale.
Hi, Jack. I'm glad you're Dale.
I'm Dave.
Steph.
I'm Stephanie.
Allie.
Allie's on the floor.
I'm Allie. I'm on the floor.
And I'm Josh. I'm pretty horny tonight.
He is.
You might want to explain that for the people who are listening.
I have horns on my head.
And he's horny.
We are recording from our hotel room at Wizard World Chicago, also known as Chicago Comic-Con. So today is Saturday, and we decided we were going to bust out the microphone and record some podcasts. So
We're so great, and you want to hear what
also
we
we
say.
have guests, so that was another reason. So
I'm a guest.
yes.
That was David. He's a guest. And Allie on the floor is a guest.
Yes.
And Josh over by the window is a guest. And Steph on the corner of the bed is a guest. And Jess is a recurring character.
Yay!
Featured in season 1, but not in season 2.
Oh. You already on season 2?
No. There are no seasons, if you were concerned.
Good question. Will she ever be killed off?
Almost guaranteed.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you come back to life. It's like Supernatural. You're dead, you're just in the next episode.
So anyone have any stories they want to share?
Yeah, let's discuss Friday.
Scruss.
Discuss Friday.
Not gonna go there.
How did I not have the first mispronunciation?
I like how you mispronounced.
That was my point.
You even pronounce it.
Yep.
Pronounce it.
So,
Well,
why don't you
yeah,
talk about who you saw? Because we always hear about
Yeah,
it.
Nick, you always have a schedule in
I
mind,
do,
and
yeah.
you have to abide by that schedule until
I had a
you
strict-
get the signatures.
This con was work for me because I have a poster, and it is a Serenity poster, and the Serenity poster has thus far been signed by Adam Baldwin and Jewel State and Sean Marr.
And for those of you that are deaf, he's been doing sign language.
Yeah, read along with my hands. Look at my hands and understand what I say. And so today at this particular con, from also Firefly were Alan Tudyk and Miranda Baccarin and Summer Glau. So I needed to get all of those autographs onto the poster or I would go crazy. But the only one who was here yesterday was Miranda Baccarin, who I had a VIP badge for, so I got in line right away and I got that taken care of. And that's what I did on Friday. I waited in line for that.
So, who do you need left to sign that poster?
All that's left is Mal and Book and Zoe. I told Allie she could sign it, dressed as Zoe, but she didn't want to.
I wanted to. I just didn't
You
know
know you
what
want.
to sign it.
You know you want Joss Whedon's signature on there too.
Yeah, well, that you don't just look upon the face of God and survive.
All right, Dale, you're face palming. Why don't you tell us about your Friday experience? Did you have anything you wanted to do on Friday that you did or didn't do?
We got those free prints
We did. That was pretty cool.
because we got recognized for not being in our own costumes.
Yeah.
You want to?
recognize as our more notable costumes, I
Yeah,
guess.
we got recognized as Alistair and Varric, even though we weren't.
different sci-fi.
What were you dressed as?
Dale?
You first.
All right, well, I was...
You're the special one.
I guess. I had made the Hunter from Hellgate, London, it's just like sci-fi glowy armor. And then, Dale, you were dressed as...
Apparently one of 3 characters.
Bob the Builder.
Shut up.
Mostly Bob.
And Fix It Felix.
I'll kill all of you.
Yes.
I was the engineer from TF2. Not that anyone knew. That's not true. Like half of the people knew, but fucking Bob the Builder.
And then we get the agent.
What?
The little
Explicit tag.
Well, how'd you fucking think it was gonna happen?
Keeping it real.
Well, yeah, they really... Like, what was a 6-year-old gonna be like, I want to listen to the Con podcast.
And
Here.
I'm all about the E. I say go for it.
E for everyone.
Yeah.
In fact, let's all have some E.
You got some?
Shut up, no.
Are you talking about the marathon commercials?
Oh, God.
I don't want to run a marathon. Oh, no.
Maybe not go into that one. We started a story we can't talk about.
Yeah.
No, we can't.
We should hide it because it would be horrible for anyone to hear.
So, Steph, Jess, and David were here yesterday. You guys were not, correct?
No.
All right. So, do you guys have any stories from yesterday?
Just that I was blue wasabi lady.
Yes, you were.
I was
yes.
hot and got lots of pictures.
I was Miranda. who
Which
was
kind?
blue, but also hot, hopefully.
They were characters from
Hot
Mass
and got lots
Effect.
of pictures.
Hot and got lots of pictures. Skin-tight bodysuits. For the
Oh
win.
yeah.
Well, I think they gathered that with the hot part.
Lots of
But-
unrequested zooming.
But then my shoes were 5-inch stiletto heels, and that was bad. And I was
Until you saw
limping.
Spike.
Okay,
and
yeah.
It weren't bad anymore.
Okay, yeah.
And then I saw James Marsters approaching the hotel from his fancy car, and so I suddenly decided I could run in these shoes.
Yeah, like I was holding her like sort of up. She was sort of wobbling and then walking really slowly. And James Marsters walks by, and all of a sudden she's off at like 50 miles per hour.
That is an oddly specific and conditional superpower. Just to let you know.
I think they call it fandom.
Yeah.
She goes from like burn victim on being able to walk.
She went from George Romero zombie to Zack Snyder zombie. And then she jumped on his back and bit out his esophagus.
She was all like,
I love you so much.
Spike.
She was like, I need to wear your skin.
No, I just told him that I love Buffy or something, and then I said I ran all the way over here.
Did you literally say I love Buffy or something?
I think
No,
so.
I said I love
Thanks,
Buffy.
I guess.
I said I love Buffy, and then I said I came all this way in these really painful shoes, and he was like, "Oh, well, you look great." And he went on his way. It was really awkward.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's what you think you said, but in
You-
reality, it sounded like a velociraptor.
You hear click, 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 click. He probably was like, this crazy fan came up and started talking about her shoes. I don't know any more than that. I just knew I had to leave before she hit me with one of them.
Well, it's sort of.
And then he hopped into the elevator because they don't have opposable thumbs.
Yeah. Learn how to open that door, though.
Yeah.
Did you see him in the elevator on Thursday?
I rode up on Thursday with him in the elevator, but I wasn't sure it was him until I saw him at his booth. I thought it was him, and then I was like, I think it's him.
Just like Lou Ferrigno.
No, Lou Ferrigno. We have a magical ability to summon Lou Ferrigno.
True.
Uh,
That's very true.
It was like Wizard World 2 years ago, I think, and we were sitting in the lobby, and David went, Lou Ferrigno, and he came out of the door.
if I'm ever getting mugged, he's got my back. Just Lou Ferrigno through the wall. It's like the Kool-Aid guy right behind the muggers.
Oh, yeah.
So you're like the Lou Ferrigno Aquaman?
Yeah, yes, perfect. That's,
Oh, man, I would like that.
I don't think it works if he's in water, though.
Are we talking about superpowers now?
No, it worked again yesterday with Lou Ferrigno summoning, because we were walking in, I was like, I think last time I was out here, I saw Lou Ferrigno getting into a taxi, and I turned my head, and there was Lou Ferrigno getting into a taxi. So,
It's true.
he works on magic.
He also lives at Wizard World, probably. I assume he just lives here permanently because he's at every single con here.
For just Wizard World.
For this Wizard World. Possibly situation.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any weird superpowers?
I can smell. Wait, what was it? I can smell
Mac and
smell
cheese.
future.
I could smell too, I just need to not shower for like 2 days.
One time, there was macaroni and cheese ingredients taken out of a cupboard, and Jess smelled it. She's like, someone make macaroni and cheese? And I was like, someone's thinking about it.
That's nothing. He can hear pudding. Dale, do you have any weird superpowers?
Track the idiots.
Attract idiots.
Oh my god, so many stupid people.
That leads us into our regular segment of Dale's stupid.
Oh, yes. What were we calling that segment?
I don't know. My roommate's
before-
still alive.
I know before it was my roommate, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something like shit's gonna burn down eventually. I don't know. So let's see. I probably already told did I tell the toaster one on the podcast?
I don't know.
You guys, the people who listen to our
I already know the
podcast.
toaster story, so I don't know if I've heard
All right.
Yeah, we've heard you tell it about... Why don't you just tell it, and then you can tell
If you
another
heard
one
it,
just
you
in
can
case.
fast forward a minute.
Okay, so, anyways, I live with this female, and she's kind of, no, I'm not saying bad things because she's female, she's just spoiled and crazy. I come down, and she had one of those, French loaves that she'd cut up to put in the
A
toaster.
baguette.
It was probably a French loaf. The baguette would have been
Oh,
smaller.
there's a distinction.
It's a bread you had to cut up, alright?
Dale, was it loaf shaped or was it like a long stick?
I couldn't really tell. She had already cut it up. It was already cut up.
What kind of flour?
Was it bread flour?
No, it was
Was it
wrong.
instant rice yeast or active dry yeast?
I'll kill all of you. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill someone. Alright, so anyways, I come down, she cut one too big for the toaster, and I see her digging one out with a fucking knife with the toaster plugged in. So I ran over there and unplugged it. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Electricity, bzzz. It was... And she just kind of looked like a deer in the headlights, and then she denies it to this day.
I mean, to be honest, if you ran out at me and said, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Electricity," I'd be like,
While
"What are you trying to say?"
while
sir?"
she's digging with a knife in the toaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, common sense, but if you don't have that sense.
Oh yeah, speaking of common
His roommate
sense.
does not have common sense.
Okay, so last Sunday. This is retarded. Okay, so I cut the grass at 3 o'clock. I leave at 4 to go get groceries. And I come back an hour and a half later, and there is our garden hose pulled out to the flower bed. And then there's... And I go, oh, well, that's weird. Maybe her or her mom came by to water the flowers. So I'm like, that's not too weird, but it is kind of odd for them not to roll it back up because they're a little OCD about things. So, and then I see a stuffed animal on a leash, sitting on the hose wind-up mechanism. It's just sitting there, and I go, okay.
Dale Fluffy's got my back.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, that's new. I go, I don't know, maybe her mom brought a kid over that she's babysitting. Jenna's wants kids, but I don't think she should be allowed to have one. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I took a picture of the hose and the stuffed animal. I sent a picture to my roommate going, make sure to bring your animal in because I'm sure it's going to get cold tonight and I don't want it to die. So I go in and she comes home at 8 and starts freaking out and calling her mom going, you gotta come over here. You gotta come over here. I'm like, what the hell's going on? She's like, that picture, it's freaking me out. And I'm like, why? She's like, there's a stuffed animal. That's one of the ways they probably mark houses to rob them. And I'm like, the hell's wrong with you? I don't know. My mom's gonna come over. And I'm like, and do what? She's like, some psychopaths leaving stuffed animals at our house. And I'm like, why? When have you ever heard of a psychopath leaving stuffed animals to mark their next victims? And even if your mom did come over, what is she going to do if there's a psychopath? If I'm dead, it's just adding another body to the thing. If he gets past me, the only thing she's going to do is let me know ahead of time that you're both getting murdered while I'm upstairs arming myself. So, the way I logically fit it is there's this house on the corner that's always got different kids, and I'm pretty sure it's a foster home. And we're the only backyard that doesn't have a fence. So it's just some stupid kids probably playing with the hose, figured it didn't work, and left their dumb stuffed animal there. Well, she thinks we're the next serial murder victim that will soon, or will be robbed in 2 days, and her mom's going to be able to save us
The
all.
foster kids are going to come over and shank you guys in your sleep.
I just would like to point out how comforting Dale is in these situations where someone's panicking. It's just, don't worry, I'll arm myself while you're getting murdered, so it's okay.
Well, I live on the second floor. She sleeps on the first floor. And she's like, now I'm going to have nightmares. And I'm like, how? It's a stuffed animal. What's it? That's how they mark. That's how they know when they come. And I'm like,
They come at night mostly.
yeah, with the stuffed
They
animals.
mostly come at night.
She's like, you're going to feel so stupid if it turns out to be true.
Game over.
And be like, yeah, they have to climb up the short stairs we got, but you have fun dying. So that's one of the many stories I have of her.
Maybe her mom knows kung fu.
No.
I mean, come on.
No, her mom.
Don't try and make sense.
No. If you met her mom, she's not combat worthy either. Like, my roommate, I had to make sure my roommate was eating because she didn't eat for like 2 days and lost like 6 pounds.
Every new person who meets.
I do. I can fight off any person.
Wait, what is my combat
Hey,
rating?
Bernie.
Yeah, what are our combat?
What is?
I'm not. No, that's
Yeah,
confidential
put on
information.
Put on your scouter and read our poem.
No, because-
Are you giving us all an ocular pat down?
I can't say yes because that sounds really creepy.
Just tell Allie hers, and then we won't know how to.
No,
base the
I'm
rest.
not. No.
Just throw out a
No,
number.
it's
Just throw it. Yeah.
8.7.
pi.
All right, you're high powered.
High power.
High power.
That,
Yeah, I want high
because
power.
of the
Does that mean
baking.
3.1?
What's
It's
that,
true,
is that
yeah,
out of
it
10?
is bakery related.
No, I'm not. I can't tell you the top scale.
Allie, talk about bakeries and why we should care.
Oh, well, okay. So the reason that I guess my power rating is high, I don't know. Pretty much like bakeries a lot. I used to work at a Panera for a long time, and now now I draw a comic about my based off my experiences at Panera, except that there's a pug in it. So it's a lot better than my time at Panera ever was.
Because your time at Panera didn't involve pugs.
No, it didn't involve any pugs.
I find the lack of pugs disturbing.
Well,
Me too.
You
They're
find
not
pugs
gonna
just
have.
disturbing,
They're not gonna
so-
have animals in Panera.
I know.
That's a health code violation unless
There's
it's a helping
downstairs
animal.
today.
Actually, you can bring an animal into a restaurant and you say it's a service animal, and legally the establishment cannot ask you to prove it. So you can bring an animal into a
Yay!
restaurant.
Lying so it
Valuable
poops on the
information
floor.
This is the dog
to
that
eat
will
with your
save-
dogs.
Will save me in times of strife, but it's just like.
Yeah.
So
So if
Allie
you
has
just,
a page on Facebook, and you should like it.
They like rank some of the people
It's
who
the
just
Wet-
use a handicap sticker so they can
Yeah.
park in easier spots.
no, that's a real Facebook page. It's called The Wet Stain. But if you're interested in my comic,
I wouldn't
let me
recommend
see
going
history.
to thewetstain.com though.
No, that's my website.
Is it?
It's not a porn site.
Oh,
I
okay.
promise.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Not yet. I'm sure if we give it time.
Yeah.
Yes, I would recommend that then.
Yes,
Yeah.
Go there now.
Wet
I'll
Stain.
buy it.
She needs more money for a
We'll find
Kickstarter.
you.
Which you can't
You can
afford
just
that
open
web
a new
domain
tab,
anymore. We'll
Control
totally
T,
buy it and make it a porn
Command
site.
C.
For anybody who's following.
Probably the rest of us. Alright, should we move on to Saturday?
Yeah, that's fine by me. Any objections?
Friday was just full of pizza after.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got
Yeah, we got lots.
Well,
of
you didn't-
pizza.
you didn't-
Delicious pizza.
I object
David.
because I didn't get any.
David, do you want to tell how we almost died from the voice?
That was really late at night. We
Yeah.
were all trying to sleep, and there's the giggling noise from outside of the hallway, the proverbial creepy con giggling noise. So we decided that it was some sort of crazy deer monster that was going to come in and put us inside of saliva sacks and hang us from the ceiling and murder us in the night.
Just like
Just
Adventure
like
Time.
Adventure
Just like Adventure Time for anyone who watches that show. If you don't watch that show, there's a problem.
Oh, there is a problem.
So then Saturday?
Then Saturday.
Okay.
Well, you're anxious to talk about Saturday, so speak.
I'll just start and tell my story.
You're not going to talk
You were
about
probably the first
quarters
one anyway.
first?
Today, I stood in lines.
Schedule.
I woke up at 8. I went and I stood in a line with my VIP badge to get in a half an hour early. So I could stand in a line for Summer Glau's autograph. But the Summer Glau VIP line was ginormous. And since the Summer Glau VIP line was so ginormous, I saw that guy that I was in line with for Marina Baccarin the previous day was like in the third row. So I went up to him and gave him my poster, and he got it signed. And so as soon as he gave it back, I ran over to the Alan Tudyk line, where I stood in line for 2.5 hours. And he was leaving at 1:30. I got my poster signed at 1:22, and so I just made it.
Wow.
And so then I went and I stood in a line to go into a photo op. And then we stood in, but we were first in line. Me and Steph went in. We got a photo op with Marina Baccarin. And we all looked extremely gorgeous. And everyone was jealous. And
Modesty is legendary.
my modesty is legendary, and I'm great.
Is the camera still functional?
The camera exploded
Oh.
because of the combined hotness.
But
power
you still
levels.
had the SD card.
Yeah,
So you're
but
good.
the SD card.
Well, it
was
wasn't
there.
our camera.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, you used a different
the
camera.
main-
They had to get a special power cube.
Power Cube.
Yeah, to run it.
It sounds like an N64 they had to grab or something.
Well, they had to steal it from
They just
the.
Or
wrote
the-
Power Cube on
or
the
sorry,
N64.
the
They
GameCube.
had to borrow it from Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
They pulled it out of his chest.
Yeah.
But,
So
then
you're
we
the
did that.
reason Optimus Prime is dead.
Yeah, I killed him so I could take a picture of him.
Optimus
in
is
the
dead?
background. I killed him. It was for a good cause.
I died for
We were good
your
looking.
sins.
Oh, good. So then we stood in line for the Firefly Q&A panel, and Alan Tudyk was really, really funny.
How do you pronounce that again?
Tudyk? Tudyk. It's fun.
Dick.
All right.
As he said. It's fun. So I stood in lines all day long. And that was my Saturday.
So you did get to the panel.
I
But
got to the panel, I got my
Did
picture. I
did
got
you
all
ask my
signatures.
question?
but
Someone did, though. The
Yeah.
first question was...
Which
well,
one?
They asked Wash how it felt to die.
And did you ask why he ticked off Josh Whedon?
Someone else...
Josh,
Josh, whatever.
He did it
Shut
again.
your faces.
The
Yeah.
MC did it, so...
Yeah.
The MC did it, and the
Everyone-
cast
Everyone booed
booed.
that.
Everyone
I
booed
feel
it.
like we should
The
boo.
cast
Why?
tied him down.
Boo.
Josh Whedon.
Josh Whedon.
Oh,
You can't-
Josh Whedon. Oh, I thought you were saying they booed the question.
No,
like,
they booed the MC because
Oh.
he said Josh. And then he said he talks all day and it wasn't his fault. But then we threw stones at him.
And now he's dead.
He also said
And
that
the
Serenity was
peasants
his favorite movie ever.
Yeah.
Lies.
Lies.
Yeah.
So
Proof is nerd.
you had no regrets, even though it was line day.
No, I did all my lines. I got all my things I needed done, and I won.
And now you're relieved because even if they escape, you'll be all right because you have their signatures, which
yes.
is in essence their souls.
Yeah, I captured.
You're powering up their poster or your poster.
Yeah.
It runs on signatures.
And then
Right.
at the very end, you have to get Whedon's, and then it unlocks.
Yeah, it opens up a portal,
Yeah.
and he's transported
It opens-
into Serenity.
Yeah, I get to live there then. Get all
And they'll be like, "Who are you?" And you're like, "Squatters' rights, squatters' rights. I have the signatures.
I'll be like, you married me.
I have it in writing."
Yeah. I'm
So,
Mrs. Reynolds.
Dale, you did an interesting thing today that you've never done before.
oh, what did you? I have no
How
idea.
did your sci-fi thing go?
Oh, shut up.
Okay.
What? No.
No,
No.
we're talking
What?
about-
Let's
What?
hear.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's the
Sci-fi
most
dating?
being talked about thing. Dale went to sci-fi.
Oh, this
You want to
is
lose some of your
part the
horns?
convention. Yeah.
Ah,
It's already been said.
I'm
Said
so
it,
good at
now
this
we get
point
to
in
talk
the night.
about it.
I mean, I'm getting 20 years just thinking about it, so.
Do you not want to talk about it? You
Uh,
don't have to.
Nick used boot. Dale used boot. It was super effective.
I
Dave,
didn't,
stop booting people from the podcast.
it's my power. It's my laptop. I'll do what I want.
Literal boot.
It's an
I didn't.
interesting thing to talk about if you want to talk about it.
I didn't get to go to
otherwise-
the first one because there's too many guys, so I opted out and took my money back, and I got the free one for the next one. So I'm like, fuck it, it's not worth
Dale takes
it.
speed dating for free.
Yeah. Well, the females got in for free.
So you became a girl?
Yes,
All right.
and there were still too many men afterwards, anyways, for
So
the next
how,
one.
how did the speed dating work?
But what do you mean?
I
There
know,
was
you already
females
told
and the
me, but-
males talked.
I know, but what? How did it transpire?
Oh, it was 3 minutes, then moved to the left. What?
I said, I love how clinical you are with your terminology.
It was. There was. You sat down, you talked for 3 minutes, then you moved to the left.
You don't want to talk about the one person who?
Which one? You mean the one who thought I was one from one of the YMCA people? Yeah. I didn't put down their number. No, if she thought it was from the YMCA.
It was the one with like the white helmet or whatever.
Emphatic chest.
Yeah.
That's right, you were dressed as Bob the Builder again.
Yeah.
No, he was fixing Felix.
Steph,
That's what I said.
the train station's dark and long.
I have other people.
That doesn't matter.
What?
Dale-
Because
Dale's gonna put a stuffed animal on a leash on your train.
Jedi to protect her.
Just
Yeah.
said-
I
Get
don't
rid
need
of
Bob the Builder.
Oh yeah.
Who said I'm protecting him?
Yeah.
He's a Sith.
Yeah, why would he protect anyone? So yeah, so I guess 4 of them liked me is what I got from the paper.
But
I don't.
I was talking about.
But I only like 2 of them out of the 4, so we'll see.
I only like
There's a
two,
paper
We'll
now?
what?
You
Well,
have to
yeah,
fill
they.
out an exam?
Yeah, you like the,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
number of the person.
You write down the number that you like, and they write it on your piece of paper at the end with contact info.
Seems like a lot of work.
It is. It was a good exam. You filled in multiple choice, and No, the guy was like, I don't want you writing notes. Just write the number if you like the person. Because people would write notes, and then you'd see, like, the guy writing big rack. I like that. Or the woman going, I like the bulge. See him tonight.
I like it the bulge.
Yeah. I don't know why I went Italian, but sure,
You
why
want to
not?
talk about the pun lady?
Oh, well,
Puns?
I
Is that
want...
pun? I was trying to
I-
activate it. With
I think that's one of the 4 that liked me because I told she was big on puns, and I told her the one about Jess.
They just immediately went into puns for the 3 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, that was just
That's all
puns
you
for
did?
3 minutes because she was laughing earlier about some stupid crap, and so
Sounds like you get along great.
so I go. One of my friends is dressed in as an Asari from Mass Effect, and she's like, okay, I kind of know that, and I'm like, every time she bumped into someone, I told her to say, oh, it's okay, I'm Asari. And then I forget what story she told me with puns. And then I told them how she should meet half of our friends because half hate puns, the other half love it. And I told them David's little spiel. Pun? Is that a pun? I'm gonna kill that
I can't
kid.
take credit for that though. It's Vince Vaughn.
I know. I asked if she'd seen that because it would have been funny as hell. So yeah, we'll see.
So that was your Saturday?
In a nutshell, yeah.
I want to hear from Josh because he hasn't said that much, and he has horns.
Yeah. Tell us about your Saturday, Josh.
Tell us about your horns.
Well, I followed around Nick a lot. He stood in lines. I wasn't in those lines, so then I got out of the lines. People were, like, taking pictures of me, so that was fun. I walked around the con and looked at t-shirts. There's a lot of t-shirts to see.
There are.
Like t-shirts
You get a
in the
t-shirt.
booths or t-shirts on people.
Both.
Oh.
There's so many t-shirts in the
You have an
world.
adequate sampling of both.
Yeah. So I think I've seen every t-shirt that there is now.
Ever?
Well, not ever. At least
Oh, okay.
someone's
I was
making
gonna
a
say,
t-shirt
show 'em
as
the
I'm
t-shirt.
speaking.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, what about the kids in like third world countries who get the donated like failure Super Bowls?
Yes, there's a country in Africa where they just are completely wrong about American sports.
They think completely different teams won, and history is completely different to them.
And we get all the failed presidential candidates stuff too.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Ron Paul. Ron Paul 2002, or 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012.
Paul guys.
How'd we already get 2016?
Their parents are all wearing Ross Perot shirts.
I don't even know what the Green Party is. We don't get green over here.
Hey.
What?
So we had a Firefly group today,
We did.
and Steph was Anara, and Alexandra
The not
was
pregnant one.
Zoe,
And still is.
and still is
Currently,
Zoe.
yes.
And I was Mal, and we were walking around, and everyone was like, "Oh, you guys are so great that I don't know what to do," which actually happened once.
We had a girl in a course that like hyperventilated.
You need
Yeah,
to-
she was
she was
so
gonna
excited.
You need to steal that Kaylee because she looked exactly like
Yeah, no,
Kate.
yes.
Oh yeah.
It was
She
scary.
looks so good. And
Should
we've had a lot of compliments. I think actually all
Yeah.
3 of these people just saying like how much like the characters they
Yeah.
look.
I met Morena alone by myself.
That didn't sound creepy at all.
Go on.
It was a dark alley. There was a flickering light.
Well, there
She
was a
heard
dark
footsteps
alley.
behind her, but when she turned around, no one was there.
Steph giggled.
Yeah.
as she
And then all you heard was, and when she looked up, there was Steph on the wall.
I was gonna say, Bill. I was gonna
And-
say there was a stuffed animal on a leash.
That's how she strangles her victims.
That's actually Mark's before.
Yeah. And all that was left was just a piece of hair.
But yeah, that Kaylee, we're friends now.
Oh, yeah?
We're friends now.
We're basically best friends.
That sounds like something that would have came from Firefly. We're
You know
friends
that, Kaylee,
now.
if you're listening.
Yep.
But yeah, so I met Morena, and she said, I told her, I was like, I'm new today, and she was like, oh my gosh, and then she made me step back so she could look at my whole outfit, and then she was like, you have all the details, like, she remembered her costume very well, so that was cool, and then she wrote, you look great as me, on my little autograph.
I think
Which was cute.
she did that because she wasn't pregnant in that picture then.
Yeah.
She could just pass it up. This was me when I was pregnant.
Yeah. And then when we went to the photo op, she was like,
She was like, "Oh my gosh, I love this," and then she perched on my shoulder, and it was cute.
I muscled my way in behind her. I was like, "Hey, I bought the ticket."
That was my greatest story.
Tuesday
I also
Marina
saw-
Light 2 second best.
Oh yeah.
I also
like,
saw
give
her
me some
leaving
pretty
the
Nick.
hotel like in the evening, and then Alan Tudyk joined, and then we chased
Tudyk.
him down the street.
We did
But
chase
then
This sounds like a Scooby-Doo
It
sketch. Like you're running out of doors and coming out of other doors.
But we just like followed them at a safe
I'm just in
distance
the background
so we could
eating
admire
sandwiches.
them.
At a safe distance? Like, what's
for
an...
them.
What? Yeah, I was gonna say what's unsafe is when you're like this close. I want your life.
Just breathing heavily.
It was a very Morena-filled day for me, so that was saw her a lot. Like, I wasn't wearing stilettos today, damn it.
All right, fine.
It has nice little flat sandals.
Clop, 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 clop.
I was
clop,
waiting
clop.
to still
Insert rapid noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick had the stilettos for his mouth.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, who else had a fun Saturday?
Yeah, what'd you do, Jess?
Or Jeff?
I
Tried to stay
I
vertical.
gave you some money at the beginning of the day.
Yeah,
What was your
we get
allowance?
so that was the best text ever. Oh, I need money from Dale or Chess. I need it. Why? Do you need it for this autograph? No, but I'll need it later.
I really got no money because, the only people that paid me right away were David and Kevin.
No, technically he didn't pay you.
Well, I know him.
You just called it even.
Yeah.
I'm paying for the hotel at Dragon Con, so we just subtracted what he owes me.
Yeah, I went down there this morning. I was like, I didn't collect any money from anybody. I don't have any. Then I went to an ATM.
Dale, you had an interesting ATM experience.
I swear to God, if I lost $100, I'm going to kill someone.
He hit the $100 button and it was like,
Sorry, connection error.
Yeah, connection error. That's what it was. So
I'm
it's
like-
just like, oh, I'm gonna hang on to this receipt.
And I also tried pulling apart anything on the ATM to make sure there's no card reader or any shit like that they love to do. And it hit the camera in case that was there too. They like to put they put an insert where the card would slide in so they can read the card, and then they'll have like a small video so they can read the pin later and everything. And then I did get the money in the next one.
It's the got your nose of
And you were
ATM
making fun of your
scammers.
roommate for conspiracy theories?
No, that actually happens though.
It still sounds very...
No, I will pull it
It
up.
does happen.
I'll pull it
Dale,
up.
you don't need
Right
to look
now.
it up.
I'm gonna pull that shit up now.
He's looking it up.
Do you want to tell them how we could not find the critic forever?
Oh yeah, we were told that the Cinema Snob was here from. He's a part of that guy with the glasses group, and we were told like a specific location, and we could not find him. And it turns out that the guy who told us was right. He just didn't direct us in the best way.
He used the wrong words to tell us where he was.
He said, there's like a zombie shooting range kind of thing. And he's like, it's on the opposite side of that. And we thought it was like on like the right or left side of that. It was the opposite wall.
Opposite side of the convention.
Convention hall, yeah. So he
Sounds
technically gave us the right directions, but it was just... But I was able to find him after Dale was gone. David,
Yay.
you're up.
I'm up.
Yep. Saturday.
Saturday, I wandered about a bit. I didn't really do
Isn't that what you do every day?
Yeah, that's what I do. Didn't really do anything special, just wandered about.
See anything interesting?
If you say t-shirts...
That's already been
T-shirts.
covered.
Let's not
I've already done t-shirts.
let's
segment
not
here.
downplay how awesome the t-shirts are.
Right.
I did see a fellow who I think was cosplaying the con itself. He had like a money jacket,
Oh,
some lightsabers. I was having trouble deciding because there's a money convention in the same building.
The World's
Was he
Fair
going
of
to?
Money.
Is he just like a nerdy guy who's super obsessed with like the money convention,
Joel Heyman.
or is he like?
He doesn't want to commit to either.
Oh,
If something goes down in either, he's like, I wasn't involved with that convention. Well, I'm going to do this one.
Convention.
that
Yeah, there's a
reminds
Beatles convention.
Oh yeah, there was like a drum circle of small children around the
It
elevator.
was
like a
awkward.
refugee camp.
They had like a money cup and yeah. I said they were whack with poo brain.
They were. I diagnosed that kid with whacked up brain 5 minutes ago.
That reminds me, one of the speed dating things, one of them we just talked about financial analysis for like 3 minutes.
Interesting.
Yeah, she asked me when the market was going to turn down, and I told her
And you
2000.
just yelled double goal, double goals.
No, I told her it's 2018 because that's when it's going to top out and go back down again.
Interesting. That sounds like a wonderfully stirring It probably was for you.
Yeah. Well, I told her I was a financial analysis, so...
Tell us, Dill, did you like her, or did you dislike her on your sheet?
I don't even remember.
There's
There's 30 of them. I wrote down numbers. I remember them numbers.
They were all females.
I'm pretty sure. Some of them,
Did you see Sailor Bubba in there?
That's if I did.
Bubba, not
Well,
Bubba.
actually, bubbles. No, but if there was, I was just gonna leave. I was gonna be like, I ain't dealing with this shit. But one of the women actually got up and left before we started.
Really?
Yeah, because he was the guy that was leading. It was like, seriously though, if you don't like jokes or sometimes adult language, you should just leave. So she got up and left. We're like, all right, that's fine. If you can't laugh at things, I don't think it's a good thing you're here.
You suck, then leave.
All right, I guess I'll go.
She's like, I just gotta go. They're like, you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine, and just left. And then the women outside that were standing guard just kind of looked in like we did something to her. And I was like, oh, all right, whatever.
We just walked to McDonald's, and it was like
3 blocks.
3 blocks away.
3 full blocks.
And Josh is still decked out in his Zabrak sick gear. And my theory was that it was like a beacon where the farther he got away, the weirder he looked, and the closer he got to the hotel, the more normal he was,
Yeah.
and the weirder we looked.
It's a sliding scale.
Uh-huh.
It's always awkward getting on the train and going home.
I'm just.
He does look awesome though, so like he would look awesome there and here, but also weird there.
I'm just glad you didn't bring your gun.
Oh, the spark rifle?
Yeah, there was a cop there. He had a gun at least. So.
I think he was one of the guys who was dealing with that situation.
Oh, the chair guy.
Which I should probably talk
Yeah.
about, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, nobody's heard about this except for Dale?
Right.
Alright, so, I was, like, Dale went to his speed dating thing, and you guys all went to the Firefly panel, and I'm like, well, I can't really sit down in this costume. So I'm like, well, I'm going to wander around the lobby. I wandered around upstairs and stuff like that, too, picking up merchandise that I'm going to pick up tomorrow. And then it's like, you know what, I'm just going to hang out in the lobby and wait for seeing it, maybe I'll see somebody I know. So I'm down there, and then I looked over at this one guy who was between the front doors and the entrance to the convention. Where there's that black curtain. I'm not talking to them. Alright, well, whatever. Everybody's making weird gestures. So,
Well, I already heard this story.
anyway, yeah, he was like doubled over, and I'm like,
Double down, double goal.
what's this guy
double
doing?
goal.
What's this guy doing? And then he was like punching the ground occasionally. And I'm like, okay, well, what is this? Is this guy on drugs? Is he drunk? Is he sick? Is he going to pass out? Because it looked like he was going to kind of pass out. And we already had a situation at a previous con last year. Was it ASEN last year? Where
Yeah,
he
ASEN
passed
last
out?
year where he was diabetic and didn't take his insulin, so he went
so,
unconscious.
I'm just watching, like, maybe I'm going to have to run and get, an officer or somebody. And, people are asking for pictures occasionally, but I made sure I was facing that direction so I could keep an eye on this kid.
Of you, not the guy that was punching the ground.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
He didn't specify.
And then, he kind of like, I don't know if he chucked one of his belongings on the ground. And then I looked away for like a second or two, and I heard this loud clatter, and a bunch of people look over, and the guy had just like thrown the chair he was sitting on and was kind of stumbling around. So I'm like, okay, something's going down. And then a police officer showed up, and I don't know if the guy was like, drugged up or drunk or whatever, but he was definitely not standing very well. And yeah,
Say wobbly.
he was wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. There's Doctor Who stuff here.
Then he exploded.
Yeah, and there were parts everywhere. But, yeah, that was that. I went back to... I gave you a call. I called you first, I think, Dale. But I called Nick, and he's like, oh, we're at the hotel. So I'm like, all right.
I didn't pick up because I already talked
There were
to
only
Nick.
4 police officers who were interrogating him and making him pull stuff out of his pockets and holding them up in the air in case... Because I didn't know if the guy had a weapon or something like that. Something was going to go down.
Well, you might want to preface what he had attached to him.
Oh, there was like a gas mask on his belt, so I don't know. I wanted to be in helping distance just in case something went down.
By helping distance, he means near a table, so if some shooting started, he could help himself behind a table.
He could help himself out of the building.
No, seriously, if something was to start going down, I wanted to be aware of what it was. So I had to keep this guy on my side. So then he left, so I don't know what happened to him.
You did an ocular pat down
Yeah.
of the scenario.
What was his battle rating?
Yeah. What was his combat rating?
I don't know. E for everyone? Or E for explicit? Take your pick. Dealer's choice. Dealer's choice.
So one of the extremes.
Yes.
Okay.
So he was extremely intoxicated. He was on something.
On the floor.
So that was that story. Yeah, well, at one point he had fallen down, I think.
Hey Kevin, when you were gone yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
I almost was gonna take some of your clothes and cosplay you,
By all means, if you want to.
but I didn't think you had your uniform, the red.
The red shirt,
The red shirt.
the red button down with the white T-shirt, the silver chain,
Yeah.
and blue jeans
Like I'm pretty sure
with the
those
black
things
shoes.
are-
I literally do not have any of that with
I
me.
figured-
Wait. Do you have your Communist Party shirt?
I almost brought it, but
That
no.
was the other one that I was gonna look for.
Yeah.
It's
No,
the
I
Communist
don't.
Party shirt.
I have. I brought all green shirts.
Is there a reason behind that? Is
Well,
He
I
wants to
brought-
help the environment.
I brought my Fox shirt from Metal Gear Solid 3 yesterday. Or I wore that yesterday. I'm wearing my Foxhound shirt from Metal Gear Solid today. And tomorrow I have a Snake shirt from Metal Gear Solid.
I was
You
wearing
have
a
Metal
Mega
Gear
Man
Solid?
I like Metal Gear Solid.
shirt. No, you hate it.
Yeah. I'm wearing it
Oh,
ironically.
one of the females was dressed as Psycho Mantis at the dating thing.
Did you give her a thumbs up like I would do? Like from Saints Row?
No, that would have been me flicking her off then, so it's different.
Oh, but I'm talking about me.
I
It's
know.
about me, Dale.
I told her that you would have loved her because she was Psycho Mantis. I told her I cheated during Psycho
Oh,
Mantis.
yeah. I actually beat that without unplugging the controller and putting it into the second
Yeah, I did
controller
too,
port.
but it was-
took forever. Hug a pug? Hug a pug. Hug a
Allie
pug.
just said she wants to hug a pug.
And nap. I'm like,
Yeah, I was gonna say Allie looks like she's about to sleep.
Hug a pug sounds like a
Disease?
A tribe.
This podcast brought to you by Hug-a-Pug.
The Hug-a-Pugs from the north.
The Hug-a-Pug tribe.
Yeah, that's what I just said. It sounds like a tribe.
I like it.
You don't have one. You have an invisible one, Allie.
They have
Hold it
their,
like
their
a
chant
baby.
when they're jumping around a fire is hug a pug, hug a pug.
That's what I do when I have a fire.
It's their spirit animal. The pug.
Oh, yeah, that was a weird thing.
Yeah, that was a
Someone at
weird
the
question.
Someone
Firefly
asked
panel
the
was
Firefly
like,
people. Yeah.
What is your spirit animal?
Really?
Yeah.
What did they say? A firefly?
Someone's like,
Firefly,
oh,
I would have
like-
went with.
Like, my spirit animal is a horse, but I'm terrified of whales, and one of my friends told me that means my spirit animal is a whale, but whales are scary. And she went into great detail about how scary whales are.
Actually,
Are
it was
you-
the thing she was most vocal about. in the
Yeah,
entire-
she was so quiet.
Are you
about it.
sure she knew it was a Firefly panel?
Oh, I see what you did there because he pilots Serenity.
Yeah,
So you
I
take
didn't
out-
do that, but you made this dirty.
So that was her spirit.
She's like, it has the antennas and the long tongue and it's black. And then Alan's like, the things you value.
And the long neck.
And the long neck, yes.
And his was a rabbit.
That reminds me of
And he's also
the
afraid of
Tara
whales.
Reid fail video.
Yeah.
The one
I
where
was
she.
thinking about that too.
Oh my god.
The whale
On
stuff.
Fail Blog, there was this Tara
Oh,
Reid
that was
video.
on the news yesterday.
Really? Oh, where she's like.
Wait, what?
Tara Reid's talking on some show or something, and she's like, sharks are weird and I don't understand them. Like, there's a whale shark. Like, how did a shark have sex with a whale to have a whale shark?
She's like,
the guys that
One's
look.
a mammal and
Isn't
one's
she
an
in
animal.
Sharknado?
Oh, no,
Tara Reid is still alive?
She's making quality movies such as Sharknado.
Oh, is she in
Sharknado?
Sharknado?
Yeah,
Oh
Sharknado.
man, so that makes sense then.
Because Shark Week.
We
But-
just validated Sharknado by talking about it.
Everybody
If
validates
you talk
Sharknado
about
because
it,
it's so
it's
weird.
Entire world.
They're already.
There's a Sharknado print down there today.
There's
Alan and
making
I were already
two.
talking about Sharknado tonight. I brought it up. The dinner plate
Oh,
with the shark
yes.
steaks.
See, the way that I heard it, we were talking about food.
But I mean,
and
it
not
involved the
movie.
Sharknado.
Yeah, I skipped over that part and just focused on the food.
Yes.
They're making it two.
Yep.
Should we talk about Sunday? What we did on Sunday?
Well, we packed up our stuff. We went home.
We packed up our stuff and then we went back to the con.
And then I
we went
processed and posted the podcast that you're
home. Oh, I
currently listening to.
remember. It was so good.
A++.
I don't believe
Would
that.
record again.
Yeah. So then I expect these guests that are on here to like maybe share this link to
Maybe.
their friends.
Because if they don't,
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a pyramid scheme at all. And then those friends will share from their 5 friends.
together.
and then they can build a pyramid for us.
And
Okay.
then we will earn commission of some sort. What is the commission rate?
100%.
100% every time?
Yeah, every time.
Josh is peeling off his face.
Slowly.
Yeah.
It's fun.
How's that any worse than when Missy was shedding white for that night
Oh my gosh.
at C2E2?
It looked
Yeah,
like an albino exploded.
it looked like she had lepra.
Yeah.
Leprosy?
Yeah, thank you.
Like she had lepra?
Yep,
It looks like
it's the female version of leprosy.
Lepra or leopard skin or...
Yeah,
Lupus?
I'm surprised you're not just taking the horns off.
Oh, no, I don't want to take those off. I just want to get this off. 'cause it's
So,
tight.
is there anything anybody's looking forward to buying tomorrow during cheap day?
I'm gonna go hit up
Drugs!
Sarah Richards' booth.
Sarah
Yeah,
Richards.
She was here and I didn't know she was here, and then I saw her and I was like, yay!
Is that
Yeah, I
nice?
want to go there.
I gotta go get the
She's an artist?
StarCraft
Yeah,
ones.
she's a great
Okay.
artist. I might try and get an Alan Tudyk photo up.
Yeah, if the lines aren't too long.
Dale, you were looking at buying stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna
too.
get the StarCraft 2 stuff. So the one of Kerrigan and the other one of
Of
Kerrigan
Kerrigan?
being more
Queen of
Kerrigan.
Blades and Ghost Kerrigan.
Yes.
I'm going to link you when Sideshow's Kerrigan statue goes online. You can pre-order it.
Okay.
It's going to be...
Or I could just steal it from your house.
Legendary scale?
No, not legendary scale. I shouldn't have said that. That's
Yeah.
an actual line.
See, I got it.
This podcast brought to you by Sideshow.
Right. I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is pick up some decals
Oh, yeah.
for my car and do like what you did.
Yeah.
So there was a...
There was a One Piece Space Princess decal.
Was there?
Yeah.
My God, you guys. I want some decals now.
Yeah.
I couldn't find one follow.
They're upstairs. There's
Yeah, I'm surprised you
two
don't have more
places that
Nick
sell
on
it.
your car.
I know, I need to get some more. I'm going to get some more. Just cover the thing.
Yeah.
Lexington is getting
Like-
quite old, so I'm like, you're going to be decorated.
You're so old, we're decorating you.
Yes.
You're now
So
a Colonel
I'm gonna
Major.
Slap a Fox sticker from Metal Gear Solid in the window, and then the only other one I could really find was the Kirkwall symbol in Dragon Age 2.
You can always do a Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
The Throne of Games.
That's actually like a thing in a game show.
You should actually just make the seat of your car into that Iron Throne.
That would
be
be a lot of effort for a car that's going to die. Not to.
If you're in
My
a-
car has like 301,000 miles on it.
I mean, to be fair, you could go to the dollar store and get like foam swords.
You could just go to Walmart and buy all the Nerf swords.
Or you can
Yeah.
just get some real ones, and then if you're in an accident, it grinds you into a red mist.
That would kill your gas mileage, though. That'd be like an extra 1,000 pounds onto the
You can put
car.
them coming through the roof, so people would...
And the horn is the beep 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 beep.
That would be fantastic.
I didn't know you were a wear car.
Should we wrap it up?
No.
We got like another 10 minutes almost.
I've got it. I'll let you know when to wrap it up, alright?
Dale is Gus. He will tell you.
Or I'll
Speaking
wrap
of
you up.
Gus, I'm looking forward to Breaking Bad tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
I need to get in on that series because I have not seen any of it.
Okay,
And
the
I keep
Blu-rays.
hearing it's good, it's good, it's good. And
Well-
so I'm like, fine, I'm gonna watch it.
Well,
You can
Bly,
have Netflix though.
Yeah, we do.
you could just wait until it's...
Netflix, bro.
But Nick has it on Blu-ray,
I do have
so I will borrow it from Nick, just like I borrowed Lost from Nick.
Well, aren't we all fancy with our Blu-rays over here?
Yeah, we are.
I have
Maybe,
Blu-ray
maybe
too,
I'll
but I
borrow,
don't see any
maybe
of
I'll
you guys
borrow
borrowing
Battlestar
anything.
first or
You
something.
didn't ask to borrow it.
Nick.
Oh.
You should do
What?
Breaking Bad.
Should I do Battlestar or Breaking Bad
Maybe
first?
Battlestar
Ooh.
because it's complete.
Battlestar.
Breaking
Yeah.
Bad.
Battlestar.
Well, they're both really good.
Battlestar's longer, but Breaking Bad isn't finished yet, so I feel like you might want to wait until it's all done.
Okay.
Otherwise, you
Yeah.
might miss it.
How
Suggestions from you?
I still think
Just
you
watch
should
both
watch
of
it
them,
all.
but watch Battlestar.
Should I watch like an episode of one and then an episode of another, and it'll just like
Either
converge
way,
into
you'll
Breaking
just-
Star?
Yeah.
Galactica?
Yes.
Breaking Star.
Breaking Star Galactabad.
Yes. I would watch the
There you
shit
go.
out of that show.
That sounds so good.
Bad Lactica.
What do you guys think?
Breaking Star,
Vote
Bad Lactica.
on the comments for Kevin to watch this new series.
Do we have a place for even comments?
Oh yeah, there's a comment
Oh,
section.
alright.
I say both. I think both should.
I say Breaking Bad.
I love them both too much, and I'm just.
I've never seen Breaking
I
Bad
feel like I've
though.
been tiptoeing around spoilers for. I
I
know
feel
you
like-
didn't like Battlestar as much as everybody else.
I didn't get that. I didn't finish it
Clearly,
because
I'm
I hated
my
it so
Battlestar
much.
hater now, so.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
I like this idea of Breaking Star Galactabad.
Breaking Star.
Breaking Star
They
Galactabad.
should really make that a
I
series.
agree.
I'll write
Where we
this
cook
first.
meth and fly in space.
I can do this.
It could be
Well,
like a
it-
Space Cop episode of Battlestar.
Yeah.
The first episode of TV. Except for Stranger in a Strange Land.
That was so weird.
That was the best
The president
episode.
gets
Yeah.
cancer, and so she needs to. she needs money to avoid her cancer.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Because she's not, because guys took the presidency. So.
I feel like we're getting spoiled from two directions.
This is from the first episode.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
No, it's okay. This is
Actually,
not much
I feel
spoiler.
like
No,
you
it's
probably should
not.
watch Breaking Bad for the spoiler effect and to avoid it, because
Yeah.
like
Well, yeah,
I feel
It's
like
gonna
it's
go
gonna
crazy.
be all
like,
over the internet.
Starting tomorrow.
So
Yeah.
it's settled then. Breaking Bad is. You have no other choice.
I have to, at lunch at work, we have an Entertainment Weekly that we pass around, sort of, and I have to de-spoiler it for the people who are behind on shows. I go through and it's like, oh,
You just rip
this out.
pages out?
Yeah, rip pages out, and hand it around.
you have a great job.
So, if you guys had to pick one TV series, that would be your favorite.
Dragon Ball Z.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Buffy.
Firefly.
That's not that's not a series. That's a few episodes.
Ellie? No?
This is like putting me on the spot. I have no clue.
Do you have two favorite?
No, I don't know. I like a lot of TV. I watch a lot of TV. What is your
Yeah.
current favorite TV show? Well, right now I'm rewatching Buffy, so I feel like it's very close to me.
Okay,
Buffy.
that is acceptable. David?
I'm gonna go with Game of Thrones.
Okay. Josh?
I mean, I don't really have a favorite. I would say Arrested Development is very high up there because
Yeah.
it's one of those shows that I can rewatch all the time and still catch little things in there that I've never caught before. So I go with that.
Bees?
No. No
Beads?
Beads.
I had to say it. But
Well, what about you, Bly? You didn't say. I see how it is.
Far
You tried
as
doing.
I was thinking this whole time.
Uh-huh.
As far as like a TV series that people would tune in every week, probably Lost.
Yes.
Yeah,
Really?
I would say
Yes.
Lost as well. Because,
Okay.
yeah.
But I don't know, regular shows up.
You can't take it back.
Regular shows aren't good.
Regular show.
I like too many shows.
Yeah.
I made my TV schedule for this fall, and it was ridiculous.
Kevin has learned to listen to me. when I
Yeah,
recommend.
yeah, no, I do. Okay, do you like
He has
Adventure
it, he
Time
has it.
better or regular show better?
I like regular shows.
Okay, okay.
It's
I
very
can
clear
see
which
what
one
both
he
are pretty
likes
good.
better. It's
I'm
all over
on
his
the
Facebook.
Adventure Time side. It's that one.
David, you
I'm
prefer
on the
Adventure
Adventure
Time?
Time side. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're both great.
Finn just gets me.
I haven't watched enough regular show to pick a side on that. So it's still
Do
Adventure
you
Time.
like the 80s and that kind of I don't want to say style. What would you describe like the 80s as
What?
in regular show?
It's a lot of 80s humor because
Yeah.
they're the same age as us,
Yeah.
the lead writers. So
Oh, okay.
So he just made everything that like this is funny to me. So I'm just gonna put it out there, and then it's weird and funny.
I'd possibly like that.
So
Another show I really liked that got canceled and I hate that they canceled it was Flapjack.
Oh, Flapjack.
I
Yeah, that was
remember
Penn Ward
Flapjack.
too. That was another Penn Ward. That was
Yeah.
J.G. Quintel was working on that as well as Penn Ward.
Dale, you were bored by this whole conversation.
No,
Well,
he
cartoons
actually
you don't
just
care
watched
about.
the Ring video.
I felt like it.
It took me a second first. I'm like, what are you talking about?
His
Well,
face
his,
was like
his, Dale's face was contorted and his mouth was open.
Dale's watching the Ring video is just going to be Samara. That's the girl in the ring. It's Samara.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Samara.
her name.
Oh,
Her
it's
name
her
is
name?
Sadako.
Oh,
okay.
True facts.
I didn't.
I always just called her the
Oh, I
woman
want
that
to
should
talk
get.
about the line people before we quit.
The line.
I was in line with some classic characters. This morning, when I went to get in the VIP badge line,
Thing.
guy.
Majigger.
What?
What? You just kept talking about the same. Just keep going.
The VIP badge, where I was in the VIP badge with my VIP badge.
VIP badge.
See?
Yeah, I was VIP.
That's what I was talking about. You just kept saying the same thing.
So there's a guy next to me, and it was like this super Star Wars nerd, like not like a normal Star Wars nerd like me,
He had superpowers.
like sort of like a socially awkward type of Star Wars nerd.
Oh, how do you do on?
Was this me?
Yeah, Nick, how do you do on small talk always with people you don't know?
Well, I don't like small talk. I'll tell that. I think, can you hear me?
He prefers long talk.
Okay, but yeah, so the guy's sort of next to me, and there's this kid who is
What do you mean, sort of
maybe
next
8
to
years
you?
old, and the Star Wars nerd, the kid had a Star Wars shirt on, and the guy's like, he's like, I'm gonna do the robot chicken nerd voice, but he's like,
Oh, God.
so you know that the episode of Clone Wars where they land on the bounty hunter planet is a lot like Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, which was made into the Magnificent Seven when America got the rights for that. You see, a lot of Star Wars movie has a lot of references to a lot of old Japanese movies. And it's just a huge influence on George Lucas's life, and the 8-year-old kid's just like staring up at him, like, I like Boba Fett. And the guy's like, yeah. But then, who doesn't like Boba Fett? Because he's based on here. This is just going on and on. He's like, apparently Star Wars is a lot like some movie called like The Hidden Fortress or something. And I don't know. But I was just sitting there, like, please don't talk to me. Because I don't like small talk.
So just start throwing out movie titles.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, Magnificent Seven is a lot like.
Should have just said Star Wars Christmas was my favorite part of Star Wars.
The Star Wars Holiday Special is so good. I liked it a lot.
Especially when you can see Grandpa Wookiee's hands.
I was actually told that by somebody who, I don't know, like used to work for Lucasfilm or something. He was saying that a lot of Star Wars was inspired by it. That one that you mentioned in Seven Samurai.
Hidden Fortress, I think
Hidden
you said.
Fortress, something like that. A lot of old Japanese movies made by this one guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
my uncle.
Akira Kurosawa.
I've seen a
Which is
Kurosawa film.
appropriate
It was good.
conversation, for someone
Standing in line.
above the age of 18.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know. That kid could have been a savant.
But it's just he's talking to the wrong
Yeah, he's
person.
talking to the wrong
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, he should have turned and talked to Nick.
No, he shouldn't.
Okay, then why are you
You know,
complaining?
if you were in line with Dale would be like, he likes films, talk to him.
I just sort of was like turning away and like looking at my phone. I was like, "Oh, what? What's up? Texting? Yeah, I got a text.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not talk to this guy o'clock.
Yeah,
That was stupid.
I know it was.
Texting. Everybody does it.
they do. God save them.
Jess is texting right now.
I'm not texting. I'm looking at Facebook.
Hey,
I'm looking at our pictures.
shut up, you're texting.
You're beautiful, beautiful.
If you're gonna go on
Text Jess, so
pictures,
she has to text us back.
I'm gonna text.
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
I'm
yeah.
ready.
Do we want to end with that story?
Yeah, let's tell that story.
All right.
I think Steph should tell it.
Your
Well,
Steph's
I
perspective?
feel like I don't remember. I feel like Jessica.
You don't-
knows what
you don't-
actually-
you don't remember getting drunk and hitting on Jess?
I don't remember this. I don't remember writing.
We went
this
to
text
your
message.
apartments,
Yeah.
and I finally decided, because I'm really bad about getting phone numbers, and I'd already known you guys for like over a year, and I was like, I should just get your phone numbers because
Yeah.
I don't have them. So she sent me a text, and it came up on my phone, and it said that I had a previous text from Steph, and the text read, "I'm up. Let's do this." And we were like, when did this text get sent? And there was no name in my contact list.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
weird.
very random.
I have no explanation for it.
No context.
But apparently, let's do this.
Let's do
Let's
this.
do this.
Nick is like, go on.
Yeah, I was just like,
What exactly
okay.
are you going to
You do what you need to do.
The end.
Are we wrapping this up?
Yeah, we got about a minute left anyways.
We're going to lunch.
Well, we already had McDonald's, so...
I think the way to
We're-
climb the podcast ladder is to steal things from the podcast ladder.
Just copy everything everyone else does. We got to start listening to NPR then, huh?
Oh, and you
Download.
already got everything from Ricky Gervais. So
Yeah.
you could steal
So
that.
you need to have a celebrity every time now, too.
Well,
Oh,
Well,
you're
Steph-
calling everybody here celebrities, huh?
Steph, you're good at following and stalking them, so you could probably bring one of your captures
Unless you
over.
kind of look like Billy Piper.
Yeah.
You're gonna like bring in
She looks
Rita
like a-
Becker in, right?
Yep.
So you have her captured.
Yep.
Oh yeah, go get her. She's in the other room.
She's hiding. She's scared.
God.